Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and today we are going to be talking about the Vancouver Canucks and what is the answer to the Canucks getting into the playoff problems. I mean playoff picture. Yeah, playoff picture. Let's put that. Playoff picture. Might sound better. How did I screw this up so early on in the video? What are the answers to the Canucks getting into the playoff picture? Listen, I have been the guy who has said that the Vancouver Canucks are going to make the playoffs this year, and people think I'm absolutely nuts. The negativity around this team is absolutely crazy. I get it. I understand why people are upset, but I've flipped the switch. I'm no longer in a dark, deep depression about the Vancouver Canucks. I've seen the light, everyone, and the optimism and the hope is growing. And I get it. It's off season, and where every team's in it, and we got a shot, and blah blah blah. But I actually believe wholeheartedly. I might be the first person on YouTube to say I believe that the Canucks are going to make the playoffs this year, and we're about to see. So I'm going to dive in to promo, and then we're going to get into this video. So glad you're here. Whether you're watching live in the live chat or you're watching later, hit the comment button for sure, or not make a comment. I'd love to talk about it. And let's get into this. All right. The more I think about this stupid question that I've asked, it's just so wrong. Okay. So what's the answers to the Canucks making the playoffs? That's what I'm going to say. Making the playoffs. Okay. I'm just going to keep it simple. Okay. Thank you for being gracious to me, even though I've already made mistakes at the beginning of this video. Now, there's a whole bunch of answers. I think I'm going to talk about two tonight, okay? I'm just going to talk about two. So what's the answers to Canucks making playoffs? We'll dive into that. We're done. And I'm going to get into your comments, so make sure that you're placed there. Also, if you want to hit the like and subscribe, it'd be great. Trying to grow the channel, trying to grow the brand. Got all kinds of stuff coming. I've got so many awesome videos coming up. I can't wait. One of them was this one, and I started so poorly. But I'm going to recover. I promise you that. Okay. So, but the videos that I have coming the next couple of weeks, you will not want to miss. And I am so thrilled, so excited. Okay. But I want to make a bold take right now. And I know this is going to upset a lot of Canucks fans because the more I think about this, the more I think it's true. Okay. We're going to get into the adversary conversation for sure. Okay. For sure. But before we do, I want to show you, I want to say something very bold. Looking at this team right now with the moves that we made, my bold take is that Marco Rossi is not getting traded to the Canucks, that we have moved on, okay? I think that was a very legitimate option before the draft happened, but post-draft, after free agency, we have spent the money and we have moved on. Not only that, is Bill Guerin and the Minnesota Wild are literally gone wild in their expectations for this player. Now, if they believe in him, they are doing a funny way of showing it. Apparently, they offered him $5 million times 5 years. He wants 7 times 7. He's not happy with the playing time he's gotten, and I get that he fits that we're looking for a second-line center. He's young. He's already scored 60 points. He's got talent. It's like, think about him in the realm, and I'm not saying they're the same, but like, what did Connor Bedard get this year? Okay, what did Celebrity score this year? Okay, let's just go to Bedard for a second. Okay, let's just look at his points. Bad team, I get it. 67 points. Everyone, 82 full games playing on a terrible team. Okay. Then we go to Celebrini. Okay. Macklin Celebrini, 70 games, 63 points. Like Rossi is in the conversation, right? Of like just production wise. We'll see what he does overall, but I get why the Minnesota Wild do not want to move him. I get it. So, and the reason why I start with this is because it leads to the Abbotsford conversation. Okay? And the reason why Alvin and Rutherford were trying to make strategic moves this offseason and couldn't pull off anything. And I'm not saying that they're bad management for not being able to pull anything off. At the end of the day, they have to have a bar of like, this is the guys I'm wanting to get. And we're not like, we're going to throw out as much money as possible towards them. No, what we're going to do is we're going to be strategic and we're going to make hockey trades and hockey moves that are going to better this roster. When they got here, they went all in and added Zadorov and Lindholm to the core that we already had and said, we want to put our best foot forward to not only win a round, but they were looking to try to get to the Stanley Cup final and win their very first cup. The problem is Demko got hurt. And Elias Pettersson started to slump after the All-Star game. And then it was also apparently dealing with an injury that was not disclosed until after the season. He's the only guy I was talking about. The team didn't talk about it, okay? Again, not a slight on Pettersson. It just is what it is, okay? Those two things they did not see coming. But as management, they put their best foot forward. Fast forward into last season, I think they lost out on some people that they were trying to get, and they had to scramble it again at the end, and they went and got Heinen and Desharnais, and they already had Soucy, and there were some other guys that I'm just trying to remember, but they had to make some moves. Mikheyev was terrible for us, went to Chicago and played really good. They had to make a number of moves as well, and they added Forbert, and they added some guys, and you're like, okay, well, it's not ideal because they lost out on Zadorov, they lost out on Lindholm, and it's like, okay, well, they ended up being rental players, but that's the problem, right? It's like they didn't replace these guys with people that made an impact. They added Kiefer Sherwood, for sure, one of the best additions, okay? Lankinen was, what a blessing. Without Lankinen, we would have been literally going after a lottery pick this season, everyone, with the amount of injuries we had. No Demko. Lankinen comes and plays his best season of his career. And here we are. We somehow almost made the playoffs. Like we're within the last week and a half, we were still technically in the hunt, but couldn't pull it off. So, in my opinion, this team's not far off. Fast forward to this year, second line centers were going off the board, all extending. You had Matt Duchene extend. You had Brock Nelson extended with Colorado. You had John Tavares extend with the Maple Leafs, and all these, and Sam Bennett extended, of course. I don't think Sam Bennett was coming here. So the trade route was the route, and they tried, and they wanted too much. And I really like that the Canucks management didn't say yes to the deal, because I believe there are players on that Abbotsford roster that could have a bright future with the Vancouver Canucks. I absolutely believe that if you keep allowing them to develop, like, what if they were asking for the 15th pick, Lekkerimäki and Mancini? Would have you done that for Rossi? I would not have done that. I think it's too much. And then we have to have the cap space. Even if we made a trade for him right now, we don't even have the cap space to sign him to $7 million times 7 years. That's just it. So I've gone on a very long rant to get to that place of why I made this video, because the answer in Vancouver definitely is at this stage Abbotsford. But let me give you the answers right now to this Canucks possible playoffs question are. Number one, it's not Abbotsford, it's health is wealth. By the way, I made this video. And it's honestly done terribly. But it's such a good video because it talked about the need for this team to be healthy. And if this team was healthy, we could have made the playoffs. Go watch it. It's well worth it. It's only a few minutes long. Let me just make sure. Where's my health is wealth video? How long is it? It's under 10 minutes long. That's it. Just go check it out. Okay. Health is wealth. Okay. That is the number one thing. I think that reason why I think the Vancouver Canucks are going to make the playoffs this year. We're going to be healthy this year. But the second thing is that it's Abbotsford Canucks to the rescue. And it totally is. It totally is. If you look, I don't think the trades are all done, and they might be making trades this season just to move contracts off the thing. Even some guys that you might love and enjoy being on the team. We're $200,000 over the cap right now, and if everything looks right, let me just make sure I'm saying that correctly. Everyone keeps telling me how we are. See, it says on Puckpedia that we still have just under 800,000. I don't get how that works, but apparently we're over by 200,000. But Puckpedia says differently. So what do we do with this? And how does Abbotsford winning the Calder Cup become the answer to the Vancouver Canucks? Now, I want to show you what I had done the other night, okay? This is what the Canuck forward groups look like with, let me just make this Abbotsford banner go on. Okay, so this is just the one that I have here, okay? And if you look at the extras, okay, I should have made them a different color. But Carlson, Lekkerimäki, Sasson, and Ratu, I believe, are going to play this year somehow, okay? I think they're going to somehow be there. You know what I mean? This is where, if you look at it, somehow Lekkerimäki, Sasson, and Carlson are going to play a bunch of minutes this year. Now, it could be because of injury. Okay? It could be because of injury. But when you look at that lineup, everyone, and maybe it's because of trade, but this lineup, I think, is going to have a ton of Abbotsford Canucks guys in there. And then you look at the defensemen, okay? You've already got Pedersen and Mancini already in there, everyone. That is the guys that are penciled in. So you want to know what the secret to the success of the Vancouver Canucks is to making the playoffs? It is definitely sitting there watching them go off and go, you know what? It's got to be health. And it's got to be Abbotsford. Because we have no other options. We're not making a trade for Kucherov. We're not making a trade for, maybe that's shooting him. So many people want us to make a trade for Mason McTavish. I get it. I get the love affair for this guy. What I don't love is how much that was going to cost us to do that. I'm on the Abbotsford train. Watching Abbotsford win that Calder Cup was absolutely amazing. So much fun watching. You know what I mean? That playoff experience was important. These guys got to produce at a high level. And when the pressure was on, they found a way to win. And I loved it. I loved every minute of it. But I'm so looking forward to seeing how DPD and Mancini play on this team. Is Wilander going to play up this year? I think he's going to play some games, not a ton. I think he's going to be an Abbotsford Canuck guy, and we're going to see what he looks like, and then they'll bring him up. And I don't know if he stays or he gets sent back down. I'm not sure. The whole Shelov's thing as well, that's another story if one of our goalies go down, but I don't think he's going to be on the roster come the beginning of the season. But if he is, I'll be very happy. Okay? But this roster is got to have, like, if Hedl goes down or doesn't start the season or you know, with injury, like, Ratu might be our second line center, everyone, and Sasson might be our fourth line center. Like, that's to start the year. Does it scare you to think that the Vancouver Canucks' success will also have to rest on the Abbotsford Canucks? Like, obviously, our stars are gonna. Why is this all blurry all of a sudden? Come on, okay, come on. All right, there you go. The stars have to be the stars, right? The Quinn Hughes, the Elias Pettersson, the Brock Bessers, Hronek, Demko. These guys got to be able to play well for this team to be good. The stars have to align. Miracles got to take place. I don't know. I'm trying to be funny here. I shouldn't be saying that. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just thinking about it and going, this Abbotsford team's got to take a step. They took a massive step and won. They took a massive step and won the Calder Cup. I think they're going to start. They want to make it into the big show. Listen, these AHL contracts, playing in Abbotsford, you make $80,000 to $90,000 a year, everyone. They're not making hundreds of thousands. They're making $80,000 to $90,000. But if they play for the big club, let me just show you. If they play for the big club, okay, their contracts go next level, okay? Lekkerimäki makes just under $1 million. Let's see. Baines makes $775,000. Ratu makes, I believe he makes $775,000 no matter what. Just like Shelov's, his sign is that he makes it no matter what. Okay, so Sasson is making it no matter what. Ratu's making it no matter what. So this could be the answer to our second line center problem that we're looking for. Ratu and Sasson, 22-year-old, 25-year-old. That might scare you. Mancini's 23. Vilander, he's 20. I don't think he's going to play much this year in the big club, but there's a lot of motivation to try to make that big club, right? So Tom Vilander, just under $1 million. They want to play up, man. They want to take someone's spot. See, Baines is on a 1-year contract for $775,000 on a 2-way, and then this is a one-way deal. So, guys, they are motivated upon motivated. All right? Just something to think about. Now, before we dive into all the comments, and I'm so thankful that you're here, okay? I'm going to show you one last thing, okay? One last thing. I just want to show you the Abbotsford Canucks. Why isn't it? Okay, let's just look at their point productions, right? 16 games in the playoffs, okay? Lekkerimäki has 7 points. But then Sasson, 14. Blaze had 19. That sucks that we lost him. Baines had 24 and 24 point per game guy. Carlson led the playoffs in points, everyone. And Shelov's was awesome. 16 wins, 7 losses, 5 shutouts. This team. Klimachev, only scored 4 goals, no assists. That's really disappointing. I mean, great for the run, but Kudryavtsev, he played pretty good. But Sasson, 14, Ty Mueller. If we go just to like the regular season, okay, let's dive into this. Baines led the team with 43 points. Ratu, Blaze. Like, look at how Blaze, Ratu almost led the team in points and was missing a bunch of games, right? Because they went up and played. Klimachev played 65 games and only had 38 points, but had 25 goals. And now Cole McWard is gone. There's been some changes on this roster, right? We got some young kids coming up as well that we just signed. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what this team ends up looking like, because some of these guys are looking to make the jump. Okay. So let's dive into 78 comments. Man, this is awesome. This is awesome. On a Sunday night, July 6th, 2025. Okay. Rod is the first one here. Go Canucks, go. Good to see you. Callum is excited. I knew if there was one person that was going to like this video, it was going to be Callum. But I know there's more than one. Go Canucks, go forever. Absolutely. Elfrin is here. Singing the goal song. Let's go. Let's go. Colin is here. Ratu, Sasson, and Carlson all need to make this team's lineup this upcoming season. And we might have to, like, if you guys think about this roster in the following year, we're going to offer Quinn Hughes probably $14 million to stay with us. And if that's the case, we're going to fill it with these guys who are making under $1 million to help fill those spots, right? You just can't, like, look at what the Oilers did. They paid all their big boys, even Nurse, who's not one of the big boys there, but way too much money. But everyone else gets pretty solid contracts, and where they have to skimp is goaltending. It's goaltending, everyone. They are paying Pickard and Skinner $3.6 million combined. And everyone's like, they need a goal. They're going to find a goal. No, you're not. You went and paid Bouchard $10.5 million or whatever you gave him. It's like, McDavid is making good money. Draisaitl's making killer money. They're going to try to keep McDavid there, but it's like, you don't have any money for a goaltender. Colin, you're right. Ratu, Sasson, and Carlson need to make this team's lineup. And Carlson had some experience, but didn't play great for us. I thought Ratu played well. I think Sasson played pretty good for us this year. So, yeah. You guys heard him here. We're making the dance, everyone. We are making the playoffs. We are making the playoffs. Na 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 na. Hey, goodbye. What? I don't know. What? Oh, is that just it's in response to this? Oh, he's just singing a song. I get it. Yeah, Colin, you're right. Ratu, Sasson, and Carlson make Joshua and Bluger expendable. Yep. I'm more convinced we're not getting Rossi anyway. I don't think we're getting him at all. We've moved on. We don't have cap space. We don't have trade chips anymore unless we trade our young guys. And then we don't have cap space. Trade Bluger, Joshua, and Shilovs, and then sign Roslovic. Yeah, I just did a video on that. So you might want, I think you were there for that one, Colin, but if you weren't there. Dan says, I think Minnie is crap talking Rossi to keep the cost down on his salary. Maybe. Callan, we just got Jake DeBrusk. You already want to trade him? I already have one. Backup plan, everyone. My friend Darlene made this for me. How cool is this? Okay. So he's here. That's my sneak peek. I'm going to probably add him into my background for next season. DeBrusk was our leading goal scorer. I don't know. I'm not into trading him, but Canuck fans have to remember that making a trade is not easy. As one always says, it takes two to tango. It is clear Canucks were not a suitable partner for Rossi trade. I agree. The entire league is adjusting to the new cap ceiling, and they're all trying to figure out how to deal with it. I mean, Dvorak, they wanted Dvorak. He went for $7 million or $5 million for 1 year. They wanted, I believe that they were open to Granlund. He went for $7 million, guys. Crazy. Tyler, good to see you. Welcome. I agree, Callum, that with that take, that's why there have been so few moves this offseason. I agree. Major is using all the YouTube stuff. If you're a RevTrev member, you have access to all these. You can't see them on the stream, but if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. It's only $5 to get the RevTrev option. There's also a $14.99 option as well. 3 to 4 wins away from making the playoffs. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, isn't it, Tyler? Colin says, need for bodies to cover their cap. I believe so does Anaheim. We could send Shelovs, Joshua, and Bluger to them and sign Roslovich as a second-line gap filler for now. Yeah, I don't know. Russell, it's good to see you. By the way, everyone, not only is Russell in the building, okay, and he's a fan favorite here, and he's one of my mods, and I appreciate it so much. But here's the thing. I just did a video with him and Jacob Takes Hockey. Is that right? Jacob Takes Hockey. Did a video with him, and I had a blast with those guys. So check out his new video coming up. So, could I occasionally talk to your fan base's comments? Like some of us may have smart things to say. Yes. You know, Callum, that I'm open to people having different opinions than me. And sometimes you have some really great things. Like you want like 10 Sherwoods on the team. I like that idea. I mean, we wouldn't score a lot of goals, but we would hit a lot of guys. So, yeah, it's okay. I understand. Everyone's allowed to push back a little bit. But yes, I agree. We should be a little bit more gracious to one another. I feel like the Canucks will open up some cap space real soon. They might, for sure. Colin says, I don't think that Leckermacki or Vilander will play on the big club much this year. They both need time in Abbey to develop. Okay, that's fine. Would Roslovich get the job done as a second season? I think he's a third-line center. But maybe he's okay. He's got good speed to him. Ragnar Thor, did you watch the Podkolzin interview? He had some sage advice about his attitude and journey in his hockey career. I'm happy with the Canucks draft picks, but we need to be patient with this team. I agree. That's why I'm glad we didn't trade away our guys. Podkolzin, though, let's just be honest. Podkolzin's a total bust. Picked 10th overall, everyone, and he plays like third, fourth line minutes. And he played good for Edmonton, but like that's as good as you're going to see at this stage. So that was a terrible draft pick for us. But I wish him all the best. Yeah, I don't think Roslovich is the answer, but he could be. Like I can understand if the Canucks try it. What's on my chain? What's on your chain? Flava Flav? It's my Canucks one, man. I love this. This is the first chain I got. I love this chain. It's so cool. So, yeah, we are 100% okay starting the season with our president. I wouldn't say we're okay with it, but it is what it is. Yes, he's in the house, everyone. Absolutely. Jarrett, good to see you. Welcome. I think Forberg starts the season playing not in the press box. That's very possible. But who do you take out on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side? That's my question, Jax. Yeah, Footer is going to teach for sure. He's going to be interesting how he does as a head coach. One player I'm 100% keeping my eye on is Jakey DeBrusk. He was able to beat his previous point tallies from last season, and he can still give so much more. Well, he's streaky. We know that. But he's physical, and he's a playoff producer. So That's why we got him. He did break his career goals last season with the Canucks. That's impressive. The line change short term. Roslovic works, but he does not want to sign another 1-year deal. He might be forced to if he remains a free agent for too long. Yeah, that's what we talked about in that video for sure. DeBrusk will get more points, though. I don't think he's going to get many more points, but we'll see. I'm as well, Colin, worried about Heedle's health. Yep, absolutely. Started the season with Ratu and Sasson. I think that's what we're going to do, possibly. Footer is teaching Mancini how to fight. Forget about that Russian dude. Okay. What is this? I'll even say 65 plus. What does that mean? Oh. Who are we talking about here? Oh, DeBrusk. Yeah, that's pretty bold. I mean, you guys got to check out my video with Nothing is Perfect because we actually talk about how the Canucks are going to do. And it's just a feeling. Okay. Having 3 goalies makes sense unless Demko again. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. Hronek has got to step up this season. Well, he missed a significant number of games due to injury. Ever since he got his new deal, he fell way off. He's just got to stay healthy. If we start the season with what we have, Ratu should at least be our 3rd line center, not our 4th center. Sashin should be our 4th with Bluger as a fill-in just in case. I think Bluger's better than you think. Offensively, no. Just overall player, Bluger's a lot better than you think. So you better start earning his place back and earn his dues. Okay. Could keep 3 goalies, but I think Canucks need top 6, possibly trade. Yeah, I think they are trying, but I don't know if they're going to pull off something. We have to try Myers out on the 2nd or 3rd line right winger. No, we don't. That's awesome, Calvin. It's a big opportunity for Ratu, for sure. Tyler would suck on the wing. Yes, we know that. Couldn't they give Klimachev a go in the senior team also? They could, but I just don't think he's produced. I mean, think about how average Carlson looked on our roster, and he led the Calder, playoffs in Calder Cup playoffs in scoring. And Klimachev can score goals, a few goals, but does not pass the puck well yet. It still works in progress. Canucks doctor said everyone available to play on the Canucks roster can play at 100% health tomorrow. Okay, that's good to know. So that means Heedle, Demko are ready to go. Sheilov shines in the playoffs. Worried about that? I'm not worried about it, but I don't know why you are. Danelia is pretty underrated. Okay. Trev, what's up? I'm just doing a video on the reasons why I think the Vancouver Canucks are going to make the playoffs, have a really like a realistic chance of making the playoffs. One is health. Got to be healthy this year. Number 2 is the answer is found in Abbotsford with the Canucks coming up. That could be a huge one. I hope that Evander Kane will be protecting Hughes. I hope the rest of the team does as well. Kelly says Demko and Lankinen split the season half and half. Hopefully they're healthy for playoffs, and Hughes has to take it easy until playoffs. Yeah, I mean, how many minutes is he going to do, right? Is he going to be a 30-minute guy? Can we trust the Canucks docs, though? I don't know. That's a good question. I hope so. If Myers plays as a forward, then he might as well stick Hughes in goal then. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I think he was just joking, man. He was joking. He literally said LOL after it. Calvin did. Hughes at center, perfect logjam on defense, Angelo says. He's a bit down the depth chart, but I'd like to see what he can do in the NHL. Not Hughes, just Myers. I'd love to see his wings. Okay. You're laughing. So this is just a joke. You're getting everyone riled up, Kelvin. See, and Major knows that you're joking. Okay. Anyone know when we might see Aiden celebrating? I don't. I think he's going to play in the AHL. I don't know. Calvin, Linus Karlsson with 32 games and he had 39 points. Oof. Yeah. Brian's here. Just jumped in late. Well, welcome. No, better late than sorry, okay? I can see Karlsson and Petey with Petey and Kane on our top line at some point this next year. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Probably 3 to 5 years for celebrating for the big club, maybe 2 years for Abby. Brian says, just jumped in late. Baines hasn't proven himself in the NHL yet. Just saying. No, I know. They're in the development mode, so I'm not really worried about what they look like last year. I think what they look like in the AHL playoffs makes more sense, and now they've had a little taste in the NHL. They know that they got to work hard this summer. Yeah, I think that the top line is going to be Kane, Pettersson, and Besser, but we'll see. Yeah, and I can see him working with Hedl, because if they don't have Besser at the top line, they might have Garland up there. Canucks have at least 5 top 5. Canucks have at least a top 5 defense and the best ×2 goalie tandem in the league. I don't think we have the best tandem, but maybe we're in the top 5. I mean, if healthy, yes. Not sure if we can go usually the whole year doing that. So, had a full weekend, everyone. Whew. What would make sense? That would make sense because his speed is declining. Okay. I read some details on acquiring Mason McTavish. Would he work out here? I just don't think you would be happy with what you'd have to give up to get him. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, that Grogu is pretty cool, isn't it? DeBrusk has a no movement clause, so he's not being dealt. There's so many Canucks that have that. Grogu. Yeah. That's awesome. Jack, I think we had the best defense in the league simply because of the depth we got, and we have a superstar. Only guy on par with Quinn is Makar, and Av's depth around him isn't even close to us. I think the Colorado Avalanche arguably have the best defensive core in the National Hockey League. Guys, they just added Brent Burns. I get that he's 40, but he's the Iron Man. He's never missed a game, so I don't know. Russ from Nothingness Perfect. By the way, everyone, give him a like, follow. The momentum, of the Calder Cup will energy win. Sorry, the monument. What is going on right now, Russ? I'm totally butchering. Okay, the momentum of the Calder Cup win energy will carry over, and the Canucks are going to win the Cup next year. I thought it was being bold. Okay, I thought it was being bold with the whole point of us making the playoffs as being optimistic. But this is like, you just went nuclear, Russ. And no wonder I was having a hard time getting this out, because I don't think obviously you don't believe this either. But yeah, anyways. Guys, everyone hit the like and subscribe. I agree with the line change here. Also, follow his channel as well. He apparently people agree that he's going to win. We're going to win the Stanley Cup this year. I think that's crazy talk. I know you're just trying to say that stuff to get going. Okay, with Demko and Lanky between the posts, we are so much better than anyone else. Are we? We might be. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think our goaltending is the best in the league too. Wow. One of the highest ceiling goalies in Demko with Lankinen, who's probably a starter on at least half the league. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong, Callum and Jack. 10 Sherwoods on the team would make the Florida Panthers look like kittens that were badly mistreated. Trade Joshua and Lecker for cheap center that's available. Who, Kelly? Inquiring minds want to know. Playing with McDavid and Draisaitl gives you a little boost for sure. Forwards wise, I like our depth and our bottom six. Looks great, especially with the Abby guys included. Top six isn't amazing. You're right, Jack. But I think the wingers of Kane, DeBrusk, Garland are best are good. Connor says Colson is a solid player, but he's better off at another team. He's okay. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. But I wouldn't take him back either. No. He doesn't fit for us. Yeah, part of the chain gang, right? It's going to come down to the two guys in Petey and Hedel, which are the question marks. Roland, if we could get a second for Shelovs, I think people would be like, we'd be very happy with that. I don't think we're getting Thomas Drance doesn't think we'd even get a third round pick for him. Oh yeah, they all do. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. I got this one and the Orca with the blue. It's pretty sweet. So one day I'll wear them both at the same time, just to like look like Mr. T. Speaking of which, my name's Trevor, so I could do that. PD will be way better this next season. I predict he gets 90 to 100 points next season. I think he gets 79. I hope he gets 100. I hope he gets 90 to 100. I'd be very happy if Pedersen gets 90 to 100. Podkolzin is a jag. Yeah, just another guy. He works hard but lacks skill, in my opinion. Not a loss. Yeah, we didn't miss him. Podcast works well with Draisaitl. Podcast or Podkolzin. Does he though? Oh yeah, all correct. Okay, Callum. If we can't get a second line center as good or better than McTavish, we shouldn't trade at all. That's fair. This is right. Is we're just looking for defense here. I agree too, Colin. It's just we haven't seen it for a while. If he does well though, it'll push up the wingers he plays with. It allows for very few holes. That's awesome. Yeah, I love them too, returning as well. I love those guys. If they don't get someone like they may wait until next offseason. Likely better options in next year's free agency. I agree. Did Kane really get sent to the hospital? I don't know. I don't know. Or was that Canucks news bogus? I have no idea. Yeah, Horvat wasn't coming back. This is the thing. Canuck fans lock into certain players that they want, and I get it. You can love whatever you want, right? But Horvat was good for us. He was good for us. I don't think he wants to come back to Vancouver, even though Canuck fans would love to have him back. It's just like this Rossi stuff. We are addicted to him, and it's like Rossi or bust. And I think the train has sailed. I like Carlson, but he's bottom six right now, probably third line right now. Yep, third line right winger. I think Petey, Kane, Carlson will be at some point. So it's the PKK, or KKP, or KPK will be our top line. I don't know. If we make playoffs and we still have Shelovs, do we play Shelovs and Demko? Sure, but Lankinen has a no trade clause, so you can't move him. Honestly, just go to one game with Demko and then the next with Lankinen. Always them both to stay active. Yeah, and they can stay healthy that way. Do you think the Canucks will re-sign Tolopilo? He's an RFA. I hope they do, but I don't know if they will. Put Myers in net? Oh, my goodness. Demko's finally getting his Ken Dryden season. That would be awesome. I mean, he's arbitration eligible. Yep. What's not a joke to me is Calvin having the absolute gall to say that our goal song is terrible. He calls Simple Minds' most iconic song terrible. I wouldn't say it's terrible. I think it's solid. There's a lot of great goal songs out there. I don't know. So, and he's welcome to say that he thinks it's terrible. I mean, isn't music just like about preference? You know? Canuck era. Pretty sure they already had asked Hughes to play for it a while back. That's why you don't like me anymore. I like you, Calvin. I don't know what you're saying. They could rotate Besser and DeBrusk on the first line, whoever's hot on the top line. If they are struggling, start struggling, and swap them. Yep. Well, DeBrusk plays left wing, and Besser's a right winger. So I could see it going DeBrusk, Pettersson, and Besser, and then Kane at the left wing with Hedel and Garland. I could see that too. Yeah, you heard it here first. Nothing is perfect. Said Canucks are winning the cup this year. And line change is a believer. Yeah, come on. I know you guys are just, that's clickbait right there. Both those content creators wanting clickbait. I'm going to Vegas. Put bets in for the Canucks. Ooh, that would be neat. Also, as a side note, if Marner has an exemplary first season in Vegas and gets to a conference final, it will all but confirm one thing. You're doomed if you play in Toronto. Okay. Yeah, of course he's going to pull the trigger if someone offers us a second-round pick for Shelovs, but he's not. Connor, this is just my insane take. RevTrev thought I was sane. Well, yeah, well, now I've got a different opinion. It's the take we needed, Russ. Okay. The reason I put defense above Colorado is the rest of the league is because we have PD, Wielander, and Mancini. I don't think Wielander plays for us this season, but these guys are up and coming, something other teams don't have. Of course, Quinn Hughes, yeah. Just like the stats we want, but don't really need. Okay. Every stream I watch of you, Russ, sane doesn't come to mind 100% of the time, maybe 60 at best. Okay. It reminds me of the Anchorman quote, but it's like, what is it? 60% of the time I'm right every time, or right 100% of the time. I don't know. Canucks fans are in love with their exes, right? They are. Yeah. JT Miller, Zadorov. I can't get over it. Okay, I can't get over it. People love Bo Horvat. I'll give you a break. The other 40 is just reading out the memes. Okay. I know now everyone's moving to Tuck or bust, but you'll take it. Okay. I got to come to an end here, but I think they're giving up on Tolopilo. Moved on from him. With them big on Ty Young and Medvedev. I'm trying to get his name just to flow off my lips. I like him a lot. Jack says, I wanted Rossi too until I heard that they were looking for way too much. I've been out on him since we drafted Coots. Rossi isn't needed because his upside is that he is 23, and if they charge too much, goodbye. Yeah. Rod loves our goal song. That's cool. New one, Heavy, by Collective Soul. I'll have to check it out tonight. Guerin is being a little silly with his ass for Rossi. Just feel like he's being stubborn. Yeah, when he, as general manager, you should try to get it. Guilty as charged on clickbait. Seems to work for Lego. Okay. Ooh. Why aren't the Oilers all over Shelovs? Because Vancouver Canucks will not trade him there. But they should be. Maybe they just don't believe him. Maybe we should use Insane in the Membrane as our next goal song. Yeah, exactly. It's a little puzzling. They put him on the fourth line, say a bunch of crap about Rossi. Yeah, then tick him off and charge up the wazoo, and then have the gall to say that they want a better player in return. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Kelly says, I stand by my opinion, Florida versus LA, just for almost to lose for the sixth time. Yeah, it could be. Could be. Kuzmenko is another Canucks X's, at least for me. Yeah, I wish we got him, but that pipe dream is over. Now, Jack says, now apparently they are giving him a short-term deal, and he's probably going to walk in free agency once his RFA is done. Wild dropped the ball there. His value won't increase, especially on the fourth line. Well, they might play him higher up on the thing. So Connor speaking my language for goal song. That's hilarious. I like that the U2 goal song for the playoffs. That was pretty cool. I think the Green Day one was awesome as well. I don't know. I can't remember. The Streets Have No Name, isn't it? That's the one they do. Streets Have No Name. Heavy as the EA Sports NHL 96 song. Okay. I'll go check it out. Okay. I got to run, everyone. I got a big work week this week. So hope that you're doing all. Yeah, exactly. Hope you all doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Again, just to clarify, for the Canucks to have a realistic shot at making the playoffs, we have to be healthy. Health is wealth. And I also believe that the Abbotsford Canucks guys are going to come up and help us out as well, especially when injuries have that thing. So, yeah. Anyways, before we go, Alfred says, have a horn with Holiday as my goal song. That's how I like to watch my games. That's awesome. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. And by the way, before I let you go, I've got some videos that I have planned that are coming next 2 weeks. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you stay tuned. Okay. It's going to be great. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. And go Canucks, go.